Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live stream here on Max Coverage TV, the place to be for your sports wants, news, and needs, and most importantly, live streams here for your Yankees off-season news and other MLB content. If you're new here, if you love the Yankees as much as I do and as much as everybody in this chat right now does, smash that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know when I go live or when I make a video. If you are in the chat live in full effect, y'all are the best, man. Thank you so much for joining me. Smash that like button into smithereens. And lastly, if you're watching on the replay, drop me some comments down below. I'll answer them after the show is over on today's topics, which, listen, everybody, we have a couple of rumors floating around, but it's been quiet. It has been very quiet. Last move the Yankees made was Paul Goldschmidt, essentially. And I know we're all waiting on the rookie Sasaki news, but it looks like Roki is going to be making his decision maybe in like 2 to 3 weeks from now, would be my guess. So it's a slow season. It's a slow season for baseball, sadly. But let's get the roll call going. We got my guy Jacob Petruzzi in the chat. What is up, my guy? Ken is in the building. Always good to see my boy Ken. Thanks for popping in, bro. Graham's in the house. Aiden, Bill O, Nelson Cruz, retired MCO in the house. Jeffy says, I think the Yankees are interested in Carlos Correa. That's another rumor floating around the mill. Stetson in the chat. Good to see Ian Hawaiian. Always good to see you, man. I'm doing great. How you doing, bro? Happy New Year to everybody in the chat. Happy New Year. Hopefully it was a great New Year's Eve that you all celebrated. I had fun. I hope you all had fun as well. Siciliano, what's going on? I'm doing great. How you doing, man? How you doing? Robert in the chat. What's this? I was lifted. Nice. What's up, Max? Who's playing third? No one who's on first. Paul Goldschmidt's on first. Yeah, I know, Jeffy. I mean, Carlos Correa has been a name that's been brought up a couple of times now in the past couple of streams. So I've already dove into his contract, what it would look like. He has a lot of vesting options. The Yankees, I don't personally think they'll make that move because you're going to have to take on that contract. And right now, the Yankees, they're trying to move some contracts around, potentially move Trent Grisham, potentially move Marcus Stroman. That would free up some money. I do think that if the Yankees are going to move Marcus Stroman, they might have to eat up some of that money, just like the Cubs did with Cody Bellinger. You know, I wouldn't it would not shock me if they find a trade partner for Stroman, but then they have to eat up $5 to $7 million potentially on the contract. So we'll see, man. Lou's in the house. He says no thanks on Correa. Norma, hi, what's up? Happy New Year to you, Norma. Victorino, what's going on, bro? Thank you, man. Happy New Year as well to you, man. Thanks for popping in. K Zilla's always in the house. Good to see you, bro. Shout out to everybody in the building right now. Thank you for joining me. Hit that like button. Couple of names that the Yankees could potentially acquire. Of course, they could get Ha-Seong Kim. He's still a free agent. He's dealing with a shoulder issue that will sideline him for at least a month, I'm thinking, in the beginning of the season. So that would suck. But Ha-Seong Kim is a name that's flown around, 29 years old. You know, he's a decent bat. He would be a good leadoff hitter for this team. He draws a lot of walks. He does not strike out. That can be a move they can look for, but I don't think they'll make that move unless they get some of this payroll off the books. That's just where we're sitting at right now. Of course, we're all waiting on the Roki Sasaki news, but in order to make another trade or another free agent signing up that alley, I think they are needing to get Marcus Stroman's contract off the book. That $18.3 million is, we could use that right now. You know, we can use that right now. Gus in the house. Good to see you, Gus. Kyle says Notre Dame is winning. Yeah, it's 13-3 at half, I think. Thank you, Billo. Happy New Year as well to you, bro. We got Mo Money, Mo Problems in the chat. What's going on, bro? Bring up some talent from the farm, says Ron. I think that's personally what I would do. That's personally what I would do. CD, Happy New Year to you as well, says, what about DJ LeMahieu? He's still owed $30 million, 15 this year and 15 next year. I just don't think a team is going to take on any of that contract, bro. Unfortunately, I think we have DJ LeMahieu on the roster, and they have not ruled out him being an everyday starter, which I don't want. You know, he's gave us some great years when he's healthy. And of course, you know, the machine, really good years, but those injuries, those foot injuries really took a toll on him. And it just looks like we'll never see that DJ again. So I personally don't want DJ LeMahieu to be an everyday starter on this team anymore. But for right now, as we sit here on the second day of the new year, they haven't rolled out a platoon with LeMahieu, Cabrera, Peraza could be in the mix. Or, you know, like Ron just brought up, they could bring somebody up from the farm. Oswald Peraza knows how to play third, and he knows how to play second, of course. But I'd much rather look at spring training and give Yorbit Vivas, Peraza an equal shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been talking about a 4-man battle potentially for third base or second base. If they want to keep Jazz on third, you know, second base wise, they can go Cabrera, they can go Peraza, they can go Vivas. DJ, of course, knows how to play second. It would not make me feel any better if DJ's on second base or third base. But if they want to move Jazz back to his normal position and put him back at second base, then they can all have a competition for third as well. Yeah, Barry, he is done, man. He is done. And like I was saying, it would not shock me if they DFA DJ maybe like towards the end of this year or in the offseason next year, because I just don't think they'll eat up $30 million. That's a lot of money, and they can't afford that. They can't afford that right now to DFA them. But next season, I do think they're gonna DFA LeMahieu, and it's gonna suck, man. I mean, like I said, he's got some great years, but it's time, dude. Like he's just right now wasting a roster spot, in my opinion. And we can use that 15 mil. So right now, I was just looking at the roster a couple of streams ago, and we got $18.3 million tied up for Marcus Stroman. Then we have $15 million tied up for DJ LeMahieu. That's a lot of money for two guys that's really not a big part of this team anymore, you know? And that's what's hurting this team. You add on paying Aaron Hicks still. You're still paying him. You're paying Rizzo $6 million from that team option they declined. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of money for some guys that aren't on this team and the guys that aren't a big part to this team. The second, third base pickings at the moment aren't exactly good. No, they're not. I would say out of all the pickings, it would be Ha-Sung Kim, because he's a free agent. He has a above average glove, and he's a good leadoff hitter for us. If we get him, that would kind of knock out two birds with one stone. You have your leadoff guy, and you have another infield guy that, you know, they can throw out there. Oh, it's 20-3 now. Okay. Yeah, Ken. I think Ken gifted you, Robert. It was Ken or Theo Harris. I forgot. One of the two. My guy, Theo. Good to see you. If DJ starts, I will hunt Boone down myself. Oh, man. Yeah, Daniel Barry's bringing up Luis Arraez. That's why I brought him up on the thumbnail. He would be great. The thing about that is his defense is not good. And I know how great of a bat he is. He's won 3 batting titles. Luis Arraez would be a fantastic leadoff hitter, but you would have to throw him out there on the field. And his defense, you know, we were just talking about Gleyber Torres leaves the team, and we all screamed about how bad his defense was, you know, all the errors that he made and all that jazz. And then you add another guy, Luis Arraez, who's probably on the same level defensively as Gleyber Torres is. I would much rather go out there a better defensive guy like Kim than Arraez, in my opinion, because Arraez's bat, no doubt about it, better than Kim's. I mean, he's one of the best leadoff, if not the best leadoff guy on this. Well, Stephen Kwan's up there as well, but Arraez is one of the best leadoff guys in the MLB. His defense is just so poor, man. That's what I would say about Luis Arraez. Let's see. What's up, Tiffany? How you doing? Dev in the chat. Good to see you, Dev. Happy New Year to you as well. Bill O says it's time for the first shot of the year. Let's go, Bill. Not for me. For you, you can take all the shots you want, Bill. Thank you, bro. Kid. Good to see you, man. There, let's see. Ani's in the chat. Sorry if I missed some of these comments. I'm trying to catch up on them. Xavier Edwards. Yeah, K-Zilla, you keep bringing up Xavier Edwards. His numbers look good, and he's super young. Do you think they're willing to move on from him, though? I don't know, because you know how Miami is. Yeah, I can look him up in a second here, K-Zilla. Arraez is a DH, and we have one? Yeah, exactly. If we didn't have a DH, then by all means, make that move, you know? But we have Stanton, and we all know Stanton's going to be the DH for us next season. So I brought him up. I put him on the thumbnail because, you know, John Heyman was actually talking about a potential Luis Arraez trade. I just don't see it, man. Not for this team. I mean, defensively, he's just not what this team needs, honestly, in my opinion. The Red Sox can sign DJ and can retire with Trevor Story. Yeah, imagine that infield Siciliano. An aging, injury-prone Trevor Story and an aging, injury-prone DJ LeMahieu. Woods is not a good fielder. Woods who? I'll do on for every. Ooh, so Billo says every 50 likes, take a shot. Okay, let's go. Smash that like button for my guy Billo right there. What's the deal with Profar, Barry? Yeah, it's another good name to bring up because we were talking about him New Year's Eve. Potentially, we all know he played outfield pretty much the entire season for the Padres last season, but he does know how to play infield. But Ken brought it up. He hasn't played the infield since 2021. So do you think they're going to sign just like with Jazz? They traded for Jazz Chisholm, who was playing the outfield, but he does know the infield, and they threw him on third base. You know, so like, I want to see some guys that are playing their true positions. You know, we moved Judge back to right field. Jason Dominguez is our center fielder. If not, then they're going to put Cody Bellinger in center field. You know, I would much rather see Dominguez in center than Bellinger, even though Bellinger is a better glove in center than Dominguez, but Dominguez's true position is center field. And I mean, you gotta just eventually with the Dominguez stuff, you gotta just throw him out there, man. You gotta see what you have. You know, as long as Dominguez is healthy, he needs to be center field. If that's his true position, let's see it. You know, if he struggles, then that's when you can make your move. You can pivot and you can make those in-season changes. But for opening day, I'd much rather see Dominguez playing center field and Belly in left because I want to see the kid play his true position and us give him the best opportunity to succeed in this league if he's fully healthy. Three-leg parlay, Irish, Jeremiah Love, anytime touchdown, ETN. Okay. I don't really ever bet on college, honestly. Oh, you're talking. Okay, Mo Money's talking about Xavier Edwards. Okay. I'll bring him up here in a second on the screen. One other trade pass might be if the Tigers do sign Bregman, Matt Vierling. Yeah, Graham, that could be another name. And Matt Vierling's another utility man. He can play multiple positions. I don't think he's a bad player at all. I've seen a lot. I play DraftKings, so I actually played a lot of Matt Vierling on DraftKings. So I know I know he is a pretty decent player, but we got to see where Bregman falls. You know, I know the Tigers and Bregman were mutually interested, but there was a gap in the contract. Bregman wants $200 million. You know, of course, he turned down the 6-year, $156 million contract for the Houston Astros. He wants $200 million. And maybe Bregman's just asking for too much at the end of the day. You know, it's just like what happened last offseason with Blake Snell, with JD Martinez, all these Boris clients that waited so long, and they kind of had to bite the bullet and sign a 1 year, or like Bellinger signed that 3-year contract with a lot of opt-outs, so maybe Bregman's kind of biting off too much to chew right now. Ooh, trade for Alec Boehm. Yeah, that would be nice. Alec Boehm would be a great trade. JT's asking, what do you think about a trade for Bo Bichette? I personally don't think they're going to trade Bo Bichette, especially if they think they're going to lose Vladdy. Because if you lose Vladdy and then you trade Bo Bichette away, that's years, and that's the Blue Jays. That could be another 5-6 years until they're good again, which, I mean, they weren't good last season. I get that, but Bichette was hurt. He just was not himself. And I do think Bichette's going to bounce back this season. But I love Bo Bichette, bro, honestly. I know he's a Blue Jay. So you get I as long as he's wearing that uniform, I hope he fails. But I like him as a player. Like, he's a great player. And if they're willing to trade us anybody, if the Blue Jays are willing to trade the Yankees anybody, I'd take Bichette all day. Let's see. Yankees rule in the house. Right now, DJ is the backup first baseman. Ben Rice could be the backup catcher. Cabrera backs up all the infield positions. Yeah. Right. I agree. I don't mind DJ being the backup. I just don't want him an everyday player. Like, everybody's going to need some rest, right? A day or two. DJ goes in for 1 game a week, something like that. I don't mind that. But as an everyday player on this team, no, I don't want that at all. And I don't mind him being the backup. Rice could be the backup catcher if they go that route, or they're going to just go with Alex Jackson. Spring training is going to be very important this season, man. Spring training is going to be very important. A lot of position battles, I feel like, this upcoming spring training. So I'm excited to watch it. And also, the hot stove is going to start here in about like 9 minutes or so. So I'll bring up some stuff on the screen for all of you. As they drop it on Twitter, I'll bring it up. So that's pretty cool. It's about to go live. Below, I follow Pete at NYYU, Joe at the shift, Jason at 161 Av. Max, you guys need to collab and do something this up. Hey, man, if they're down to do something, I'm always down. I talked to Joe before on the shift about collabing. We're all busy, so I get that. Jason would be cool to collab with. I'm down. Pete, yeah, that would be sweet, man. All the awesome Yankee content creators. I know me and NFE are talking about collabing soon. What's up, D-Rod? You're not wearing a Yankees cap. Didn't recognize you for a second, but you look better with the cow. Ugh. Oh, you talking about the Hand of Doom's cowboy hat. Okay. I've only wore a cowboy hat once in my life. I don't think I'm a cowboy hat guy, honestly. Cardiac Nick saying Stroman for McNeil. Yeah, Jeff McNeil. You think the Mets would do that? So third base this year is not legit third base. Who is it then? Jazz and DJ? I think personally, if they put Jazz at third, that's another year of him learning the position. I'd feel better with Jazz at second base, personally. Like I've been saying, we need to get guys in their right positions. So move Jazz to second, where I know he's playing a lot of outfield lately, but he was drafted as a second baseman in this league. So put him at second, man. Put him at second. Let's see. Good evening to you, Yankee Kyle. Good evening. DJ 1 day a month till he gets hurt, says Barry. Oh, man. You're an Eagles fan, Yankee Kyle? I didn't know that. Did Boone make any changes on his coaching staff? Not yet. Not yet. Specifically to third base coach Luis Rojas. That coach was a deer in the headlights sending runners home. No doubt, dude. I mean, Luis Rojas, Boone and Cashman did say they're going to make some changes, for the coaches. They haven't made it yet, but I would assume Luis Rojas would be one of those changes personally, because you ain't parting ways with Matt Blake. Mike Harkey's been the bullpen coach for a while. I don't think they're going to make a move there. I personally think it's going to be Luis Rojas. Travis Chapman on first. I don't think they'll make that move. But yeah, I mean, we saw a lot with Luis Rojas on third base, setting Stanton on a fly, like a little liner in the right center field. And then I'm looking at Rojas sending Stanton. I'm like, what are you thinking? And then he gets tagged out by a mile. What up? Patrick Frank's in the chat. What's up, Max? Happy New Year to you and the magnificent hand of doom. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro. Happy New Year to you as well, my guy. Good to see you. There are other second base options out there than third, says K Zilla. On the market right now, K Zilla, who would be? I know it's only Jorge Polanco, really, at second base. Brandon Drury is there as well, but I don't want to go that route. There's only one person I trust to play third, Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner hates the Yankees, bro. He doesn't even want to pick up the phone for those guys. Maybe the Mets need pitching, and the Mets are the only suckers to take Stroman. I mean, the Mets they re-signed Sean Manaea. They signed Clay Holmes to be a starter. Senga's going to be healthy for them next season. They lost Severino. Katana is a free agent still, so they do need some pitching. Maybe. But let's bring up the chart right here for Kim real quick, and I'll bring up some Xavier Edwards, his defensive stats here in a second. But 233 batting average for Kim, 330 on base, 370 slug, 700 OPS. Not the craziest, sexiest numbers out there, but this what I'm looking at for Kim is the chase rate, the whiff, strikeout, walk rate, all great numbers there. Doesn't strike out nearly ever, essentially. Walks a lot, great defensive glove, great arm strength, fast guy. This is a great leadoff hitter in this team if they sign him, if they go that route. We all know he's dealing with the injury. I get all that. It would, he wouldn't be ready for the first month, but Kim would be a great leadoff guy for us. Looking at his post All-Star numbers, which is a small sample size because that's when he got hit or got hurt. But 263 and only 92 plate appearances. Massey wouldn't be a bad option since the Royals signed India. Ooh, Michael Massey? Yeah, I remember Michael Massey. He messed us up in the postseason. Let's bring up Michael Massey real quick. Because I forgot the Royals got India. Massey, 26 years old, so I got to see how much years of control he has. I'm assuming he has at least 3 or 4, or at least 3 years of control off the top of my head. Doesn't strike out a ton. Good fielder. I mean, Michael Massey, 259 batting average, 294 on base, 449 slug. It's a pretty good slug right there. 743 OPS for a second baseman. That could be an option. I mean, I haven't heard anything about Michael Massey being traded, but you make a good point, Kzilla, with India getting traded, or I'm sorry, with them trading for India. Maybe they do move on for Massey. Who knows? Virgil in the house, my guy. Good to see you, bro. How do you not strike out a ton and only be hitting 230? A lot of ground balls. That's how. Let me see Xavier Edwards' defense. Let's see. Let me see. Right here, not looking good right there on the chart. But I'm gonna see. Where's his defensive stats? Fielding right here. So he had 7 errors last season playing shortstop. Second base, he had no errors. So all the errors came from him playing short. Oh, that was 2023. So there's his numbers right there on the field, Kzilla. He said he'll create more double plays. My guy Theo Harris with a $2 dono. Thank you, bro. Imagine if we got McMahon last deadline. Yeah, Ryan. I mean, the Rockies didn't want to trade McMahon, and I don't think they will. Maybe during the deadline, maybe when their season's pretty much wrapped up, that's when we might see a McMahon trade. But I don't personally think we'll see a trade for McMahon this offseason. But yeah, Theo, if the Yankees would have got McMahon, that's Oh my Lord. We all wanted that. Like that was always the number one name that was thrown out there for a long time, for not a long time, but the last 2 seasons was Ryan McMahon. But Colorado essentially said, no, we're not trading them. And who knows, maybe if the Rockies start to play bad once again, because I don't have any faith in the Rockies, maybe during the deadline this year, his name will be brought up once again. Yeah, Cruise Control's bringing up Willie Castro once again. Would you rather have a good defender or a good hitter at second base? If you had, I'd say good defender, Kzilla. Personally, I would say good defender. You've seen how many errors were on the field last season, up the middle in the infield. We can't have that, man. We can't have that. So I know we need better offensive numbers as well, but I'd say good defender for me. That's why I bring up Kim, because he's a pretty good defender. What's up, Stephen B? How you doing, buddy? Let's see. Most of the fans that are crapping on DJ now wanted the Yankees to sign him 4 years ago. Well, they signed him, and right now is just injuries took over his game, bro. Sadly, it sucks. I mean, we all rooted for DJ LeMahieu, man, but now he can't be an everyday player for this team. He can't be an everyday player. Let's see. Juan Soda, Juan Soto, still saying it's the spectacular Bellinger or Bellboy. Is that your call? When I first heard the term baseball roster, I thought, wow, what, D-Rod? You're stupid, dude. Let's see. Bellinger will be the bellboy. I'm good. Had to do service call when I was home. You're just chilling the rest of the night now, Steven? Let's see. So yes, hot stove just started. So any updates, I'm gonna bring it up for you guys. Let's see. We're looking at Willie Castro yet. Let's see. Yeah, I mean his chart doesn't look that good, but defensively he's up there. He has some good speed as well, and he's only 27 years old. Let's see. Willie Castro, how many? I know he's a shortstop, but let me see how many times he's played in second base. So Castro played 56 games short, 40 games second base, 27 games on third. Damn, he played everywhere last season. Left field, center field. I know he can't play center. I remember Willie Castro playing center field for the Twins. I remember that because he made a bunch of mistakes one game against us. Who's cheaper to trade for, Machado or Carlos Correa? Let's look. I know Correa has all those vesting options under his contract, but let me bring up Manny Machado's. Machado, damn. He's making 17 this year, but then it bounces up to 25, 39. So pretty much after 2026, you're paying Machado $39 million per, and then he's a free agent when he's 41. So he is the most expensive one out of the two by far, and he has a no trade clause. So I think Machado is not going anywhere. And then Correa, just to bring up his numbers again. Correa's making 37 this year. So yeah, we're definitely not going to trade for Carlos Correa. We're definitely not going to trade for Carlos Correa. Lowe is off the table. 161 River Ad said Lowe is off the table now. Or Lau. You're talking about Brandon Lau, right? Mikey says a lot of Correa talk today. I just don't think the Yankees can take on that 37 mil. I mean, that's a lot. After this year, he's making 32, 31, 31, and then the vesting options kick in. But yeah, I mean, I'm hearing more and more about the Correa stuff. That would be so damn funny. The Mets don't make it to the World Series in 5 years, so will opt out before his opt-out year. It could. I mean, you already know pitching's the most important thing in this sport, man. College football didn't need flexing didn't need fixing. Any thoughts? I mean, honestly, the Arizona State and Texas game was awesome, but yeah, I mean, the playoffs kind of has been underwhelming, honestly. A lot of blowouts. Low was never on the table or a chair. Oh man. Michael Massey from the Royals says CCA. Yeah, we were just talking about Michael Massey. Okay, Zilla brought him up. India's there now. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Brandon Lau, Mike. But someone in the chat just said Jason from 161 River Ave said he's off the table. What's up, Ron? Who's your choice at third base? My choice would be moving Jazz back to second base, and if they don't make a move, trading for anybody, signing anybody, I think the move would probably be Peraza or Cabrera would be my move. Maybe a battle for spring training, a little, friendly battle there, because I think they need to throw out Peraza. If he's fully healthy, let's see what Peraza can do. He's a good defensive guy. And if you're not going to play Peraza, man, just trade him away. If he's not going to be a part of this team, that's what's going to happen this spring training. I feel like they need to have Peraza, Dominguez out there every single game battling. Yeah, Kim is another option. He would be a great leadoff guy. He would be a great defensive guy as well, and he's fast. Draws a lot of walks. Mark says let's get Ha-Seong Kim to play second and keep Jazz at third, or a trade for Luis Arraez. The only thing with Arraez would be the defensive glove, man. Defensive glove for Arraez. His defense is not that great. Thank you, Siciliano. We got 80 people in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like, subscribe if you're new hanging out. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, he's a great bat. Don't get me wrong, Mike. Like I said, he's one of the best leadoff hitters, 3-time batting champion. If his defense was better, by all means, but this team needs to get better defensively, especially in the infield, man. What's up? The boy Wonders in the chat. My guy, Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year, man. John saying if DJ or Cabrera are starting at any infield position, we are in deep trouble and for a very long year. Yeah, I'd much rather have Cabrera than DJ, but like I said, I wouldn't be opposed to giving Peraza a shot, man. I really wouldn't. If he's healthy and he has a good spring, I think Peraza you need to at least give him an opportunity, man. Give him just a shot. Let's see, Jazz has a rocket arm at third. He does. Pillow says, come on, guys and gals. I need a shot. Every 50 likes, Billow's taking a shot, by the way. Expect DJ at third and Jazz at second, says the boy Wonder. Unfortunately, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, man. As I'm sitting here, second day into the new year, it's looking like we're going to go internal. It's either going to be DJ, Cabrera, Peraza. Yorbit Vivas is still on the team. He can play third as well. So it's going to be a very fun spring training. I agree for sure, man. If we get Kim or someone close to him defensively, it matches the theme of what they seem to be going for. Back to the basics, defense and pitching. Yeah, Mike. And another thing with Luis Arraez, he's not the fastest guy, man. If you get Kim, you add some more athleticism around the bases too. That was the one thing the Yankees dealt with last season was we didn't really have anybody stealing bases other than Volpe and Jazz, and we kept getting caught stealing, and we kept getting picked off and making dumb mistakes on the bases. So Kim would be another addition to that as well. And I don't know. How much do you think Kim would be asking for? He's dealing with the shoulder issue and all that right now. He's going to miss about a month of baseball, the first month of, the regular season. I would assume it'd be just a 1-year deal. He turned down, I think it was an $8 million option to stay with the Padres. So I'm assuming he'd want at least more than $8 million. Maybe a 1-year, $10 million contract for Kim. Peraza at third, Jazz at second, or trade Peraza. No more keeping the kids down. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, like I said, you got to see what you got, and you got to see what you have in Peraza, man. He has to stay healthy, though. That's the thing about Peraza. He has to stay healthy. Unfortunately, that's what's derailed him in his development is his health. Minnesota doesn't have the team that Houston did. Plus, Minnesota is way bigger ballpark. For what, Mike? Yeah, for sure. A lot of improvements. I think if we could offload Stroh, he'd probably get around 12 a year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mike. I unfortunately think that to get Stroh off this team, you're going to have to eat up a little bit of that contract like they did with Cody Bellinger. If they take $5 million, that frees up $13.3 million, and that gives us money to sign Kim, honestly. Is he a Boris client now? Hold on, let me see. Let me see real quick. I don't even know where to try to see. Where is it? I don't even know where to look that up. What's up, E Mario? Kim is a Boris client? I didn't know that. Sean's saying 1 year, 12 million, or a 3-year, 36 mil. Martian should be making the main roster, man. I better see Jason Dominguez make this roster. It's better to have experience in center field. Bellinger will be better over there than Dominguez. I'm just concerned about Dominguez's defense and left, man. But if he's been working on his defense and he goes out there in spring training and plays in left field, Dominguez does, and he has a great stellar spring training with no issues, maybe he could play left field instead of center. John says Yankees' goal for 2025 was put the darn ball in play. When you have runners in scoring position, put the ball in play and cut down the Ks. Something can always happen that way. Yeah, John, no doubt. Situational hitting, moving base runners over, and coming up clutch hitting as well. Like guys on second and third, 2 outs. Let's get a freaking guy in. We stranded a lot of runners last season. I know we still made the World Series, but we need to win it, damn it. We need to win. What's up? How you doing, bro? Shy Talk, how you doing? He is with Boris. Okay. Damn. Now that might throw a little wrench in the plan then. That might throw a little wrench in the plan. It would not shock me, though, if he signed a 1-year deal somewhere because, he's dealing with an injury. Sign a 1-year deal, go out there and play good and get a better contract next offseason. Yeah, Billo says Dominguez is in Tampa working on left field right now. Hold up, we sure this team is better than 2024, Theo? I think overall they are. I know losing Juan Soto is a big freaking blow, but we upgraded on first. I think Paul Goldschmidt, even though he's older than Rizzo, I think he's gonna be way better than Rizzo. Paul Goldschmidt, I think offensively still has it. Rizzo is kind of losing his offense. And Max Fried's on the team now. The rotation's a lot better. The bullpen is a hell of a lot better. You have Devin Williams in there as your bona fide closer. You know what I'm saying? So like they're making some moves. If they get, I think they're, like I said, they have one more move to be made for the infield. If we get Roki, that's going to be fantastic. But I don't really have high hopes on getting Roki. So I don't want to put my hopes up high and then I get hurt when he chooses to go somewhere else. But if we get Roki Sasaki, man, oh my Lord. Yeah, exactly what Yankees rule said right there. Jason Dominguez better get a full shot this year. When they signed him originally, the Yankees touted him as a 5-tool player. What happened to that early assessment? Injuries, John. Unfortunately, he's in the same boat as Peraza, man. Unfortunately he wasn't available when Stanton went down. That would have been such a big freaking moment for Dominguez. But unfortunately, he had that oblique issue and he missed time as well. So it seems like every time Dominguez has an opportunity, and then you saw what happened in 2023 when we were eliminated and they bring him up. He has 10 games and then he gets hurt. He has to go through Tommy John surgery. So it just seems like one injury after another with him sucks, man, because I really like the kid. I think he's going to be a great ball player. I wonder if they're waiting on Roki to decide before pulling the trigger on someone else. Mike, it seems like that's what a lot of these teams are doing, because right now it's the entire off season, or I'm sorry, the entire free agency and all this stuff going on in the MLB has took a halt. It seems like a lot of these teams are, like you said, waiting on Roki, and I don't think we're going to see a Roki update. Well, not a Roki up. I don't think he'll sign until about 2 to 3 weeks from now. Maybe like third week of January. Dominguez is going to be a switch hitting Soto with blazing speed and a cannon. I think he can be a great switch hitting. I wouldn't put him up there with Soto yet, but the kid has all the tools to be great. Thank you, JT, for hitting that sub button, by the way. Welcome to the family, brother. Appreciate you joining the stream today, man. You got good shampoo and conditioner, hair looking shiny. Hey, I use that Dove shampoo, man. That Dove shampoo. I just got new hair. I just got a haircut. I didn't get the fade this time. I just got a nice little normal haircut. Yeah, we're at a stalemate right now. We might not hear anything until after the 15th. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Mike. That's what I'm thinking too. Right now he's in Japan and he's assessing. The last update that I saw with Roki is he's in Japan and they're assessing, visiting stadiums and cities next. So that's what I think right now is where we're sitting at with Roki. Let's set up something during spring training this year. Meet up in Tampa. Let's try to do it, Billo. Let's do it. The offense can't be just Judge and Soto. Exactly, the boy, and that's what I think they're working on this year. If we see anything Paul Goldschmidt of 2022, which that's a big if because that's 2-3 years ago now. I think this offense is going to be scary, man. But I'm going to bring up one more time Paul Goldschmidt after the All-Star break. Right? So if we get this Paul Goldschmidt, 271, 319 on base, 480 slug with a 799 OPS. If we get that Paul Goldschmidt, that's the second half from last season. Hey, sign me up, man. Sign me up. And I keep reiterating this. It's crazy to say this, but Paul Goldschmidt had 11 stolen bases last year as well. It's not a big number. I get that. It would have been third on the team last season. It would have been third on the team. So, he actually can move a little bit better than Rizzo can. And if he's hitting 270, sign me up. Ha-Seong Kim has less than 24 hours to sign, or he'll have to go back to playing in Korea. Really? I didn't hear anything about that. How is Goldie and Belly in the playoffs? Are they more like Judge or more like Big G? Is there a way I can look up his postseason numbers? Let me see. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's not working. Oh, wait. Let's see, postseason. So this is 2022. Yeah, he only had 8 plate appearances. 2021 only had 5. It's a full. Unfortunately, it wasn't really in the playoffs with the Cardinals. Here we go. So he hit 270 in 2019 in the postseason. 2 home runs, 2 RBI. But man, let me look at his chart real quick. In 2022, look at that. If we get something like this, bro, I'm not saying we will. I know he had his meeting today with the media, and he says he still thinks he has a lot in the tank left. And it's only a 1-year deal, man. It's only a 1-year deal. Oh, okay, Kazil, I got you. I forgot there's 2 Kims out there. Yeah, I think it's a great move too. I think Frida's a great move. It is, Mike. They are kind of the same name. 11 stolen bases for Goldie means he's a good base runner or something Yankees lack. Exactly, man. Like Rizzo wasn't doing that for us. You know? As long as we get better on the bases and we get better situational hitting, sign me up. See if they said anything yet on the hot stove. Oh, yep. Let's see. They're just talking about Paul Goldschmidt on hot stove here. Here it is. Let me see if you can bring up the volume here.
I love the move because it's so low risk and it's high-end possibilities because you're signing him to a 1-year deal at a reasonable contract. This guy's a professional. He knows how to play the game. He had a bad first half last year, which he didn't like, and then had a much better second half. And because of the injuries over the years to Anthony Rizzo, they were not getting any kind of production whatsoever out of first base. You saw that stat that we had. The Yankees didn't get a home run out of first base after July 31st. This guy, even in a
What? I didn't even see that stat. The Yankees did not get a home run from first base after July 31st. Huh?
However, out of first base, you saw that stat that we had. The Yankees didn't get a home run out of first base after July 31st.
Bro, that's insane. I did not know that. Wow.
This guy, even in a bad year, had 22 home runs. He's not that far removed from an MVP season. I love this move by the Yankees. Veteran, older, get that. At some point, you start to regress, but I think he's still got baseball left in him.
Yeah, he talked about how excited he was to come to the Yankees. As Michael said, it's on a 1-year deal. So for the Yankees, you're able to get a player who I think you're betting high on. On that Zoom, I sensed that he was upset with himself for the season that he had last year. Michael mentioned the first half was a struggle. The second half, he was better. But he said, listen, there was no one else to blame but myself. I was letting pitchers get ahead of me. It was 0-2, 1-2. I let that happen too often. I made some mental adjustments. I made some physical adjustments. And then the one thing I sensed as I was listening to him, old-time scouts would say, that guy's a baseball player. And it says a little, but it says a lot. I think it says a lot. He'll play defense. He'll hit the ball the opposite way. He will run the bases well. He'll be a good clubhouse influence, too.
Well, both of you guys mentioned that he's an older player, 37 years old. When you get to that point of your career and you have a down first half, like you mentioned, Michael, all of a sudden everybody's going to say, well, he's at the end. He's older. It's going to be falling off a cliff. I don't believe that with Goldschmidt because when we watch his hitting mechanics, his swing is so simple, getting his front foot down, letting the hands fly after that. I think he's going to pick up on his second half and have a big year with the Yankees. What I also love, where he's going to hit in the lineup. It's not going to be like he's the man. He's the focal point. He's going to be the middle to the back end of that lineup. I think that's a dangerous at bat.
And one thing that you also have to really love in a veteran player, he goes to the post. 150 games he's played in every year over the last 9 years when you take out the COVID year where there was only 60 games. So that's a big thing as well.
That's huge, right? That's huge. Availability is everything. So the fact that he's always available is big time, especially with all the injuries that we dealt with on first base last season and the season prior. Blaze is saying, Kay, I think the Yankees prefer Jazz at second. Curry, I agree. I think the Yankees rather have Jazz at second as well. So thank you, Blaze. So they're discussing the Jazz stuff, I guess, next is the next footage we should see. But that's what I was thinking as well. Like play Jazz where he plays, you know, like he went in there as a third baseman last year, did it decent, but I want to see him in his normal position. Hopefully K did not just jinx Goldschmidt. Yeah, right. Same. Roki is next in Jazz. I think we'll get a third baseman, says Mike. That's what we really need, man. That's what we really need. What's up, Action VJ, by the way? Thanks for popping in, brother. Curry says the Dodgers or Padres might have the edge on Sasaki. I mean, that shouldn't be a shock to anybody, man. You know, like we all thought the Dodgers were going to get Roki because, of course, they get Ohtani, they get Yamamoto. It would not shock me if they get Roki as well. And Padres, I know they've been a big team in this as well. Ken saying Goldschmidt's postseason career games 24, batting average 261 and 8 home runs. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's crazy. He's only played in 24 games, and Bellinger's played. Well, I mean, Bellinger played for the Dodgers, but you said Bellinger had like 69 games or something like that. Yeah, 69 games. There are no actual good third base options out there. It's not, other than Bregman, and he's only QO, which they're not going to sign. Sean says third base via trade. Kim knows how to play third, but I mean, you're right. Like, Kim would be the only good option. But last season, he played 121 games in short. Kim did. Yeah, if they lose out on Saki, I think if they lose out on Roki, I think they're going to make potentially another big move, honestly. It would not shock me if they did that. But they have to figure out what's up with this Stroman stuff, man. They have to figure out what's up with Stroman. Kim's range is better than Jazz, so they leave Jazz at third if they got Kim. See, if they did that, I wouldn't be too upset with. If they did that, I would not be too upset with. I still want to see Peraza as a piece to this team this year if he's on the team, if they don't trade him away. I want to see Peraza on this team, man. It's like the Correa talk. He is a shortstop, so you are moving him position. I'd pass, says Graham. I'm making chicken parm spaghetti with... Excuse me, guys. I like Jazz at third. Honestly, his arm is good. Potential to be a 30-30 guy. Great pickup. He's going to be a star here. I think so, too. I like that we're going to see a full season with Jazz coming into this year. Like, Jazz could be a big piece to this team. If Volpe... This is my take with Volpe. This is going to be a big year for Anthony Volpe. If not this year, I don't know when. But he's still young. He's only 22. I really think Volpe is going to make that next leap with his bat. We all know he's decent with the glove. You already want to go glove. Does he make mistakes in the field still? Yes. But I think he's going to break out his bat this year, man. If Volpe can get me 260, 270, and he needs to raise that on-base percentage up, Lou says good luck with that. I know. But Lou, that's my take for the year, Lou. Hopefully it happens, because if it happens, that means big things are going to happen for the Yankees. If you add Volpe to the mix, who can add on offensively to this team. Ken's saying Sasaki is going to be a Diamondback along with Tanner Scott. Bichette is also a shortstop. Why get players you have to move positions? If Peraza sorts his bat out, then problem solved, says Graham. Would you, if they get Bo Bichette, Volpe might be in trouble if they get Bo Bichette. That's what I'm saying. They need to stop shuffling Volpe in the lineup. He needs to be in one spot and get some consistency. That guy is so talented. He's needs some stability in the lineup and will be breaking out for sure. Yeah, Mike, I mean, They are moving him all over the place, leadoff. I know that's the ultimate goal for Volpe is they want to have him as a leadoff guy. And it looked good for a while, and then like it just took a complete nosedive. What's up, JR? The safest pick is Kim, and he could play second or third, and he's a good contact hitter with some speed and a Gold Glove. Yeah, JR, I'm with you. Kim would be a great pickup. He'd be a great pickup. He would be the leadoff hitter for this team. Like I said, you knock out two birds with one stone. You find out who your leadoff hitter is, and you get some more infield help. That's what we need. You say the Martian's going to take off Cruz? Hey, Max, I could see Roki going to the Cubs because there are other... Imanaga's there. I haven't heard anything about the Cubs wanting Roki, though, honestly. What's up, Ronald? How you doing? What's up, Wheels? How's Holmes? Mine for second? What are you talking about? The start of 2024 was bananas with Volpe. If he can stay like that, it's a huge win. Yeah, he also finished pretty strong too, Mike. He also finished pretty strong too. Let's see. Bringing up his numbers here the last couple of months of the season. Because I know he was hitting like 300 for a while too, and kind of like towards the end, not for the postseason. Let's see. There's a stretch where, well, September he was terrible. I guess it was a stretch in August, or it was like late July, middle August, that he was hitting 300, but he hit 247 in August. Yeah, but the best month he had was May. In the month of May, he hit 293, 466 slug, 3 home runs, 11 RBI. Listening to Joel Sherman and Heyman, they both think the Yankees are going to platoon DJ. I think that's what Jace. No, I think that's what, in reality, I think that's what we're going to all see, man. I think that's the reality that we all are living in right now. Oh, here's the crew talking about Jazz as we just were talking about. Here's what they had to say about Jazz. I might get hit with some copyright with that music. Come on.
Up in 46 game with the Yanks, 11 homers, 18 stolen bases, 6 outs above average at third base. And with that in mind, let's start the conversation right there. He could, Michael, just stay at third base. That would be an easy thing to do. They could move him to second, get a third baseman. Where's the fit for Jazz Chisholm Jr.?
I think the fit is probably where he's most comfortable, which would be at second base. I think he did a good job at third. There were some growing pains, but you saw the stat there, +6 defensive run saves, which is
That's a good stat right there on the bottom of the screen. +6 outs above average at third base. That's tied for 5th among MLB third basemen. It's not bad. It's not bad. And my guy Ken dropping the membership down. Thank you. By the way, to all the members, the giveaway is tomorrow. The giveaway is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Prize Will members giveaway. Thank you, Ken. You are the freaking man. Brad becoming a member, and he does it again. Popping confetti all over the place. Shy Talk as a member. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you so much, man.
really good for a guy who never played the position. But I think he's more suited for second base, and the Yankees have what they think are some solutions at third base, including a guy like DJ LeMahieu, who's getting older now. He can also play second, but I think you'd rather him at third with his age. So I think if it's up to me, and they don't make a move for second baseman, I think I'm going to move Jazz Chisholm to second.
Yeah, he's a dynamic player, and the fact that he can play either position is a plus for the Yankees, that versatility. I'm with Michael. I think he ends up going to second, but I don't think we should underrate the kind of player he was offensively for the Yankees when he came here. It was only about a quarter of a season, but if you take those numbers and you push them out for an entire season, he would have hit almost 40 home runs and he would have had more than 60 stolen bases. So that combination of power and speed, plus his versatility and just his love for the game, it's a nice addition for the Yankees, and they get to see him for a full season.
You know, as I was listening to both of you guys go through Jazz defensively, I'm thinking about Brian Cashman and the front office staff, and they're saying he could play third base. We've already seen that. We know what he could do at second. So if we're out there, the front office trying to make a deal, you don't have to be locked in on the third baseman. You don't have to be locked in on the second baseman. You can go out there and get the best player available, knowing that Jazz Chisholm has the versatility to play a couple of infield positions. That just gives this Yankee front office so much more leverage when they're out there dealing with teams, knowing they can go second or third base.
Well, Jazz had one of his best years offensively last season, combining with the Marlins and the Yankees.
That 40 stolen bases is going to be huge for this team next year as well. A full year with speed like that. 250, 24 home runs, 760 OPS. I mean, if he can give us 860, that'd be nice. So that's only in 60 games though. But that 40 stolen bases is huge.
He's for 24 home runs and 40 stolen bases. He's always been around that kind of that 20-20 guy. But again, what we're talking about here, Michael, 30-30 seems reasonable. 40-40 might be something to shoot for.
40-40
anyway.
I think this is a guy who likes the stage and likes the spotlight. And when you're a Yankee, you're going to get that. I don't think he wilted at all under the pressure. And I think that there's a lot more under the hood there. I think that hitting at Yankee Stadium for 81 games is going to pump up the home run number a little bit. And I think he can steal bases with anybody. So, yeah, can he go 35-35? I think it's in there.
Yeah, I was going to say 30-30. Michael just trumped me with 35-35. But within these highlights that we're showing, I love some of the base running that we've shown, because what I like about Jazz, too, is he doesn't try to hide what he's going to do. If he gets on base, you can almost see in his body language, I'm going. He has the confidence that he can steal bases. And I remember talking to the late Ricky Henderson about the idea when you're on base, you'd better believe that you can do it. And there we're seeing him stealing third base. So, Flash, you hated to see base runners like that, but I like seeing that because I think half of getting the steal is believing you can get it.
Yeah, Jack, the personality of a base stealer is you have to be aggressive. You have to let everybody know I'm getting on base, and when I do, it's not going to take long. I'm going to steal second, possibly steal third. He did it during the postseason. We know that speed never goes in a slump. You got to find a way to get on base, obviously, but he's got that mentality, and Michael, you mentioned it, playing in the Bronx, playing under the bright lights, playing in the postseason, not afraid to talk about it, but he also went out there and backed it up a little bit. I think he got off to a slow start offensively in the postseason, got a little bit more comfortable, and the numbers got better.
You know, when you look at him, and we'll talk about this a little bit later on, maybe the construction of the lineup, he looks like he could be a really good leadoff hitter, but I don't want to waste a 35 home run guy leading off. I want him in the middle of the order, and he'll be able to drive in more runs, but it's going to be really seductive for Boone to put a guy who could steal bases like that at the top of the order, but I don't think that's what they'll do.
Yeah, I don't want to see him leading off. I think he's more of a 5-hole hitter. Put him behind Stanton, which, I mean, it kind of sucks because then you kind of hinder. If you put him behind Stanton, then Stanton's clogging up the bases. So that's another thing they're probably going to look at, you know, of course, is if they want to put him behind, which they have before last season. Who the hell is going to lead off? Right now, Jay Snow, no clue. No clue. Volpe would probably be off default right now. If you're talking about who's on the roster right now, who's going to be leading off, I'd say it's Volpe. I don't know. That's the thing. The Yankees are still figuring that out, which they probably won't know until after spring training, honestly. I agree, not a leadoff guy, but if they can tweak him, I mean, Goldie will be valuable to the younger guys. Bellinger will be valuable. The clubhouse and the wisdom coming in is undervalued. Yeah, I mean, Cody Bellinger, like, we have a lot of bats in the lineup now that is made for Yankee Stadium. Like, you talking about Bellinger's bat, you talking about Jazz's bat, and like, it's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be awesome. Dominguez, if You know, if he can be that guy we all think he can be, his bat. Of course, Judges is a great bat any freaking where. So how do you become a member? There is a link down below in the description. Link down below to become a member if you want to become a member. I have two. One's 99 cents. You can just use the emojis and have fun in the chat, especially during the live streams for like the play-by-plays. And then the $2.99 a month is for the giveaways if you want to become a member and you want to win some free merch and stuff here and there. Boone brain bubbles. How about Goldschmidt at leadoff, says Scott? I don't think they'll go that route. But you know what? It wouldn't shock me if they roll out Goldschmidt for a leadoff for a couple of games. It would not shock me. Goldie is no way leading off, says Jay Snow. I can't stand Boone. He reminds me of Mr. Rogers. Jasmine practicing hitting right-handed, so he'll surprise pitchers if he can get that down packed. Really? He's trying to become a switch hitter? That would unlock a whole new arsenal to his game. Oh, my God. Ken says DJ to the leadoff slot. Oh, man. Bro, how mad will this whole fan base be if not only DJ is going to be in the lineup, but leading off? Yeah, it was horrendous. It was horrendous. I was actually talking to Ace Avenue about it. 2023 was a crazy year to be a Yankee fan. We saw Franchi Cordero. We saw Willie Calhoun, Billy McKinney, IKF playing center field. Like, just think about all that. Just think about that for a second. And somehow, some way, Aaron Boone and the Yankees were 82 and 80. Somehow, some way, they had a winning season with all of those guys playing the outfield. Insane. When in doubt, if DJ leads off out, the Boone says he has a great spring. Oh, man. Oh, Norma's back in the Discord. Which everybody, join the Discord too. The link is down below. It's free. So if you want to join the Discord, sometimes I'm not able to go live or, make a video or anything like that. That's where we all talk after the streams are over. To start the season, it will be Volpe, Bellinger, Judge, Goldschmidt, Stanton, Jazz, Wells, Peraza, Dominguez. I'd be okay with that lineup. I'd be okay with that. Like, you wouldn't look at that lineup right there. That's decent. I don't think Dominguez will be batting 9th. I think Dominguez will probably be batting 7th after Jazz, but they could be mixing up some guys. I don't know. Jose, Happy New Year to you, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for popping in. Where we at likes, by the way? Because Billo said every 50 likes, he's going to take a shot. So I want to at least get him 2 shots. At least we can get to 100 likes to see where we are. Because I know we can. I know we can get there. We always do. Because y'all are the GOATs. We're at 67. Ah, dang it. Ah, that's okay. All right, Billo. Take 2. Take 2 regardless. Take 2 because you want one. I'd rather have Stanton as a leadoff since we don't have anyone and he can give us the lead quick on fastballs. You're just hoping for a leadoff home run from Stanton then because you don't want him on base. Oh, man. Yeah, Telemani. Peraza at second. I think if they feel more comfortable with Jazz at second, I think Peraza can play third. Anything you missed today on MLB? Not really, Jose. Nothing really. It's been a slow couple of weeks now. Ever since after Christmas has been really slow. So check Goldie's splits against lefties. Yeah, I know he hits lefties really well. He hits lefties 295 with a 366 on base. So that's not bad at all. 473 slug. Yeah, maybe that could be an option. I'm not saying they'll do it, but you have a lefty on the mound. Maybe they say, screw it. Goldie, go out there and see what you can do. Leading off, baby. Who knows, bro? You know how Aaron Boone is. He always changes the lineup. He always flips guys around. CCA says dream season Soto having an off year and Bellinger having better numbers. Let's go. Let's go. No, Santander has not signed yet. Last thing I heard from Santander was the Tigers and the Angels are looking in. Another team would be the Giants. I know the Giants aren't done making moves either. And the Giants have money. So the Giants could be in play. Maybe they get Santander. Maybe they get Roki. Who knows? Maybe they get who else is out there? They're not gonna. Maybe they get Pete Alonso. I've heard some rumors about Alonso going to San Francisco potentially. Question: what's the catalyst for the next rounds of signings? Is everyone waiting on Sasaki? It seems like it. It seems like it, but Sasaki probably won't make his decision until about like 2 weeks from now, maybe 3 weeks from now. So I think the teams that aren't going to be in on Sasaki are going to be making like just doing their thing. But right now, man, I haven't seen anything at all. I know Josh Bell signing back to the Nationals was the last move that I personally saw. So it's been quiet, man. Hopefully Soto will get the body of Bartolo Colon, says Mark. Damn, bro. Pito, my guy. How you doing, bro? Thanks for popping in. David A. I can't believe that Pete Alonso, Tanner Scott's the one name where I really can't believe he's a free agent still. Like, Tanner Scott I thought was going to be one of the first names off the board. Alex Bregman as well. I'm shocked that all these guys are still available. But you know what? A lot of these guys have in common. They're Boris clients. That's kind of what happens. I was shocked that Blake Snell was unsigned until spring training. I'd be pissed if I was Alonso. They just gave another player basically $1 billion in it. Jay Snow, I heard they offered him a 3-year, $90 mil contract. And he turned that down. So I would assume that Alonso is done in Queens. I would assume he's done being a Met. I think there's going to be two teams to look out for Pete Alonso. One would be Seattle. The other one would be San Francisco. That would be my guess. But you know what? It's hard to gauge with MLB's offseason where these guys go at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, they could be greedy, David A. But it's all not on them either, David A. It's on Scott Boras as well. That's what happened with Jordan Montgomery. He fired Scott Boras because at the end of the day, Boras wants to get his cut as well. So it's not all on the players, man. I saw a video of Soto in a club and they placed. Oh yeah, I did see that one, JR. Yep, and he said Los Mets. Yep. Well, bye, Soto. Don't even talk about us anymore. How about that? You're gone. My guy Pito doing what he does the very best, and that's popping confetti all over the freaking place. Technical Trader G, welcome to the squad. Thank you, Pito. You're the man, brother. Appreciate you so much. Like I said, to all the members out there, tomorrow, 8 p.m., giveaway is tomorrow, so make sure the notification bells are turned on. Boras screwed Alonso just like he screwed Monty. Players getting too greedy like owners, but no one complains about the players. Yeah, I mean, it's like that every single offseason with these Boris clients, man. And like if I'm Alonso, you're not coming off your best year. That's another thing. It's like these guys, like Gleyber Torres. Gleyber wasn't greedy. He took a 1-year, $15 million contract. But Pete Alonso coming off a 240 batting average year, 329 on base, 459 slug, 34 home runs. That's not bad. I'm not saying that's bad. That's just down from what he usually puts up. Now it's way better than the 217 he put up in 2023. But imagine Pete Alonso, a free agent in 2022, when he hit 40 home runs, 271 batting average, 352 on base, 518 slug, and an 870 OPS. In 2022, if he was a free agent, oh my God, he would have been paid. He would have been paid. But the thing is, he's a below average fielder. He can't run. And it's basically, you know what you get with Alonso. You want that home run, or it's whatever. But thank you, Pito, being a member for 8 months, man. You're the freaking man, brother. Yes, dude. Boris represents a lot of people, David A. Boris represents a lot of people. Boris selling these guys dreams, and not everyone is worthy. GMs are smarter too. Yep. Soto's a lucky man. In days gone by, there were certain pitchers that would have made him dance at the plate. Goose would have, and so would the Rocket. Yeah, Clemens definitely would have. Clemens would have threw inside on him, especially doing all that little, that little freaking shuffle and stuff that he does. It's gonna suck to see him play somewhere else, man. But I'm glad the Yankees aren't sitting on their hands, and they're making a lot of good moves, man. So I will say that. Yeah, Ken, it's terrible, bro. 2025 is not off to a great start, man. And my New Year's stream, I was like, man, hopefully 2025 we have a great year as a society, and full of health. Man, it sucks to see all that. And my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody too, man. It's a crazy world we live in. It's a crazy world we live in. That's why I like to sit inside and talk sports and just hang out with all of you. Honestly, I'm cool with sitting inside, hanging out with my girl, Miss Sydney, the hand of doom, the hand of wonderfulness, and just being here talking with all of you. Like, it's a crazy world we live in, guys. Oh, man. I'm going to call it a night, everybody. So thank you so much for joining today's show, today's stream. It's been a fun one, as always. I always love our conversations. And somehow I got switched to the cheaper. It should be an option to, you got to go on it, and it should say, like, upgrade, something like that. Pito, I'm not positive, but under the membership tab, it should say an upgrade button. But I love you guys, man. Our conversations are amazing, and I just can't wait till this season begins. But I love doing these little talk shows and just kind of like picking everybody's brains, and I love y'all's inputs on everything. So thank you so much for always joining me on these talk shows. Share the channel out. Let's grow this community double this year. That's my goal. I didn't get to the 10K mark last season, and that's okay, because I try to make goals that are hard to reach. But my goal this year is to get to 15K. That's double than what we're at right now, and I believe we can do it. Make sure you share out this channel. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, guys, for always joining me. Ooh, the hand of doom is checking in late. Yee! Ha! How you doing? I'm wearing her new sweater she got me, by the way. You got to rate the sweater before I leave, before I sign off. You got to rate the sweater, because she got me this for Christmas, and now it's officially cold where I live, so I can actually put it on and wear it. It's really soft. It's really comfy. I love it. I love it. The Yes Network has Dominguez in center field. See, that's what that's what I would do. I would have Dominguez in center. Yeah, Ralph Lauren too. Yeah, Graham. Yeah, it's so soft. It is awesome, man. But she is the best. That's why I love her. And I love all of you guys. Thank you so much. Peace. I'm out of here. I'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow on the docket, 8 o'clock is the members giveaway. I'll probably go live before then, though, and we'll do another hangout session like this. Hopefully there's some news to talk about, but if not, we'll just make some news because that's what we do, baby. That's what we do. That shirt matches your skin color. It's a little cream. It's a little yellowish tint to it. That's funny, bro. Thank you, guys. I'm out here. Love, peace, chicken grease on Max Coverage TV. I'm out of here, guys. Peace, and always go Yankees.